Afternoon, Matt.
Afternoon.
This will be, I think it's been, by the time you take the field, son, it'll be a little more than 3 years since your last playoff game. Does that seem like an eternity ago to you, or does it just reinforce that you just cherish these moments even more and know there's no guarantee how quickly they'll come around again?
Yeah, I mean, I think just allows you to not take any moment for granted, and yeah, it seems like a long time. Obviously, just putting everything that's happened in between there, on the field, off the field, not making the playoffs, personal things being taken away from the game, to yeah, being able to be back here with such a great team, and just knowing the opportunity that we have in front of us, just not only the talent but the brotherhood, the relationships. And just the special bond that we've got. I think that's going to be the factor that we take into this game that can carry us far.
Mike McCarthy has a lot of experience in the playoffs, going to the Super Bowl, way more than I guess the team has. How can that be a difference maker for you? How can he help you guys with his experience and make a difference for you guys this year?
Yeah, just the way that he sets the tone, in the same way that he's done it all season long. Just in our preparation, just with our mindset and the way that we go throughout the week, in our progress, and in the process of getting ready to go in this game, in the preparation, and making sure that we stay focused on the moment, put our energy into the now, not getting ahead of ourselves and to the game before it's time to go out there and play, and just making sure that we're not missing anything in our preparation. And as he said, just be us, be the best version of ourselves, and make sure that we're continuing to do everything that we can to control that.
You've talked to us throughout the year about how Kellen always has all these ideas, and who knows if we'll ever see them. On a week like this with more stakes, is the game planning different at all? And is there any sense of, oh, there's something we've been saving for a few weeks, let's use it now?
Why would I say that? Why would I give that away for them to listen to this press conference and perk their ears up? But in a sense, it's about doing the stuff that we've done all year, but doing it to the best. Obviously, we've had a lot of experiences and a lot of things and situations that we've been through this year to be able to take what we've done best and make sure that we're moving forward with those plays, with what we feel most comfortable with, and just make sure that we can get in a rhythm early and stay in it often.
And CBS is simulcasting this game on Nickelodeon. What do you remember about when you won the Nickelodeon MVP earlier this season? And if y'all win, would you be willing to be slimed after the game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to be slimed. Yeah, after we win this one for sure. But yeah, I mean, I just remember the O-line getting me the trophy, and it's something that I have on my desk or behind my desk. So usually when I'm on a virtual call at home, people see it, and I get a lot of compliments on it. So cheers to Nickelodeon for that.
Jack, does your preparation change for a playoff game? Do you go back to look at more games than you normally would for a regular season game just to find something, or do you keep it the same? Your individual prep.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say same for the most part, but yeah, I maybe would be lying. I mean, maybe just a little bit more film, maybe a little bit more games than in the normal breakdown. You know, we take 4 or 5 games, and you know, sometimes in a playoff game, you want to go see what they've done really well in other games or against other opponents that may not be in that breakdown. So, and that's more so just trying to get a feel of the D coordinator and how he calls games and why he's scheming one blitz up versus a different team than another, and just trying to get a feel for maybe how they come into this game against us.
And what's your anticipation of the atmosphere you're going to see on Sunday?
Yeah, excited. That's one thing that you can't replicate. It's playoff football, especially not in AT&T Stadium. Having played 2 playoff games here before, and just knowing the excitement, every single play, excited for the just to feel the atmosphere from warm-ups. Really, the time that you show up, getting near the game. I mean, just in town, you can feel it, and it's something special. Excited just to see Cowboys Nation come out and show out and be a big part of this game.
Dak, how much do you try not to have the pressure on your shoulders in terms of trying to get this team to where it really wants to go?
I mean, I do what I normally do. I don't know necessarily why people have labeled the word pressure as such a bad thing, honestly. I think it creates high expectations and high standards, and that usually creates high results. So for me, it's just about being who I am, staying true to that, knowing who I am, preparing the same way that I have and that I do, trusting the people around me, trusting the play callers in my preparation, and then just going out there and playing the game that I love without any hesitation.
you do any looking around at the huddle in practice this week and see just how healthy you guys are between offensive line, Gallery Payen's back, Tony's back, Zeke's knees getting better, and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, knowing how healthy you are, don't have to look around the huddle to see that, but just knowing all the weapons we have and to be as healthy as we are is a blessing. So that's something that we're proud of and we don't take for granted, and we've got to continue to be that way as we move forward.
Will McClay got a new contract extension. I was just curious from your interaction with him and understanding of how much of a cog that he is in that front office. Your reaction to see him be there long term? Yeah,
I mean, honestly, thank you for telling me the news. I've been away from social and all that, so happy for him. Make sure I'll go and now have a conversation and a message and just congratulate him, and just very fortunate to have a guy like that to be around, and just knowing, as you said, his role and everything that he brings to this team, handling everything at the front office, stand-up guy, first class, obviously has a great eye for talent, has a great eye for just the people around him in the whole scouting department. So he's a guy that I look to and I turn to when I have a question, and excited for him and excited for this team.
Zach, I don't want to suggest that you didn't appreciate what happened in 2016 with the instant success, but what do you think age and experience do in terms of understanding and appreciating what's going on, and maybe, kind of having that time is now, or the moment is now mentality?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have it then. I mean, I think that's the way that I've always played this game and prepared for this game. Not taking one game for granted and giving it all I've got in every single one, but obviously being older now, being 6 years into this, and as I said, really just going back to not making the playoffs the years that we did, and then being hurt last year. That alone is enough that I don't take any moment for granted. And I mean, all the hard work and everything that you do is for these times and for these moments and for these games. And I think if more than anything, it's about sharing it to the young guys and to the other guys that may not have been through the things that I've been through, or have been in the league as long, as make sure that they understand that, it's a now mentality. You don't come around great teams like we have very often, and from top to bottom, and as healthy as we are as well. So just make sure that we don't take a play for granted either. Not only in our preparation, but when we get out there as well in the game time, is leave it all out there.
When you were watching, or maybe you weren't even watching, but when you found out who you guys were going to be playing, did you care?
No, I didn't care. I mean, I think I've said it time and time again. To get where we've got to get, you've got to beat whoever they line up in front of you. So if it's week one, if it's wild card, if it's divisional, NFC, whatever it is, you've got to play them. So it's a win or nothing right now. So it didn't really matter. But obviously, when you see the team, you turn the page and you start preparing for them.
There's a belief on the outside that this isn't a good matchup for you guys because of the way that they run the ball and defend the run. How do you feel about this matchup? Yeah,
I mean, I've said it time and time again. We don't care what people believe about us outside of these walls, whether they think it's good or not. We're excited for the matchup. Obviously, it's a playoff opponent. You've got to respect them and what they've done. Been a successful team the past few years. I understand they were just as hurt as we were last year, but coming in this game, as we expect hard 4 quarters, and if it's going to be a dogfight, it's going to be a war, and we're exactly up for that.
Dak, you were talking about the pressure and why you're not so sure people kind of wonder why, tiptoe around that. Is it the same with just your sense of obligation and responsibility to the team and also to the organization with the contract? Because a lot of people are going to say, okay, this is why you got paid here. Now let's see it in the postseason. Can you just talk about your approach to those expectations as well? Yeah,
I mean, my expectations are to do the best that I can and to do my job, make the other guys around me understand the exact same. It's about for them to do their job and make it easier for the man next to them by doing whatever's asked of us. And as a leader of this team, as the quarterback, I understand my obligations, and it's as simple as that. And people can put as much pressure as they want on it. I hold myself to high standards and high expectations, and I plan to go out there and fulfill everything that I want.
We have time for one more from Ed. Yeah, Dak. Based on your previous playoff experience, your 3 games, what have you learned from that you'll bring into this game? How will you use that to benefit your performance in this game, your decision making, your preparation, any of those things?
Yeah, just the focus that it takes for each and every play, of making sure that you're in the right play, making sure that you don't make a play that puts your team behind or put your team in a bad spot, and just as I said, making sure the guys around me as well know from the whole offense and the huddle to the defense and special teams that you can't take a play for granted. Playoff football, one play could be the difference if you keep playing or not. So yeah, just excited for this game, excited for the playoffs, and excited to be going into it with this team. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Dak.